Hey YouTube. So our main priority with our side-by-side, which is a Rzr XP Pro 4, so 4-seater. I want 4-point harnesses all the way around. Everywhere I looked on YouTube, there's a bunch of install videos on 2-seaters, but I cannot find any install videos for a 4-seater. So I'm going to make you a quick video about how I'm doing the 4-seater. I ended up going with the Pro Armor 2-inch straps, and I'll leave a link to the ones that I got down in the description. But a buddy of mine has a set on his Rzr, and they worked perfect when he laid his over. So I decided they work for him, they'll work for me. Basic install, pull the seat out, which I've got this seat pulled out. You'll undo this bolt right here. Same over there. Okay. What I ended up doing on this one, so you'll remove this bolt right here, which is a Torx. When you can do that, you can pull this out far enough that you can get to that bolt, the back side of it. And also up here, I had to go to Lowe's and buy some stainless metric nuts and bolts. So they are a M10 with a 1.5 pitch thread, and they are 25 millimeters long. Now, to get these in here and to get the nut on the other side of them, you're going to have to back these out. A couple Torx. Back those all the way out. You don't have to take them completely off so you don't end up taking this off. Just back them out enough that you can get an open end wrench in there. Don't do like I did with a boxed in. Then you get it tight and can't get the boxed in wrench out. This part was the easy part. This one and this one. I'll put a link to what sizes you're going to need somewhere in here. And then for this one, what I ended up doing, this outside bolt is an 18 millimeter. I've got a really shallow socket in there. And then on the inside is a 16 millimeter. So it's two different sizes to take this bolt out. Okay, once you get that bolt out, you want to hold on to it because you're going to reuse that one. Also, along with this one, you're going to reuse it. And this one, I believe, is going to be same thing. 16 on one side and 18 on the other. Okay, again, once you get this bolt out, you want to save it. That's your old seatbelt harness. Get rid of it. Throw it away, put it on eBay, whatever you want to do with it. I go ahead and I put the nut and the bolt through here, and it keeps these up and orientated so I don't end up with one twisted and then have to undo it and redo it again. And basically what you're going to do here, take that, take your old bolt, run it through. Just like on that. Now to remove the rest of the strap, what you're going to want to do, 16 millimeter, and this bolt is actually locked in place, so that one makes that one easy. And then this one down here is going to be an 18 millimeter to pop that off. Okay, and then you have this last piece, this little rubber strap. You're going to have a 1/2 inch and then T40 right there. Whenever you move the rest of the old seat belt, you have these two left over. I did not use these, but I'm going to hold on to them. Okay, I tightened up all the bolts, those and those. Now it's time to get to these up here. And again, use this same T40, loosen those, tighten that, do the same, then tighten those back. And for these, they are 17 millimeter Like I said, I bought these bolts at Lowe's, and they were less than 10 bucks, and they're stainless. Got everything bolted back up. Just put your back seat back in. Just locks into these little tabs. Slide it into these little tabs. Make sure it's good, latched and secure. And there's your back seats. Of course, you will have to adjust them. They're pretty easy to adjust. They got multiple points of adjustment. They've got these quick ones right here, so you can adjust it, make it easier for you to get in and out. And of course up here it's just your standard. You'll wrap it around a couple times and then throw your access wherever. But what we're doing, since we have two little toddlers to go in the back seat, I have taken and modified their booster seats using their old original car seats. So their old car seats were these Graco Forevers. They come apart and they become booster seats, which is just the bottom, which is what they've been riding in the truck with most of the time. But being in the Rzr, they need a little bit more support, a little bit. And I was looking at bump seats and other booster seats, $200 and $300. We already have these, and they're already out of this part of it here. So I found a way, remove this part off, take the padding in it and give them extra padding, and basically make it shorter and give them a little bit more room so they can still wear their helmets in the back seat of the Rzr. And taking the car seat slash booster seat, whatever you want to call it, sits in there nice and tight. Then you can take the girls, get them in here, put these and that way the girls can be in here and I can fully utilize the 4-point harnesses for them. And whenever we've got our adult friends, we can pull this out, adjust it for them, and everybody stays safe. Back ones are easy. The front seats are going to be an entirely different story. With the front seats, you're going to have to remove a whole lot more to get them out of here. And like I said, I've looked around online, and you can find them for the 2-seaters all day long. The front seat belt is rerouted a little bit differently than on the 2-seater. So in the 4-seater, you've got your belt, of course, mounts up here, down there, same as on a 2-seater. And then you've got this over here, which you'll have to pop this console loose to get that, because that bolt, I believe, goes all the way through, just like on the 2-seater. But on the 2-seater, the ratchet is in a different location. So, with that being said, to get the front passenger seat out, or the seat belt out, of course, same thing here, 16 and 18 millimeter bolt. Got an 18 up here, or no, I'm sorry, 16. And what you're going to have to do, if you want to get this piece out, there's 2 ways to do it. One, if you're not going to ever use it again, cut it, and then it'll just suck it down into here, and it'll just be in there permanently. If you want it out, kind of like I did, what I ended up doing is I loosened my skid plate bolts, just all these ones on the edge, there, just to kind of give me some room. With that, you can reach up in there, but you will need a ratcheting wrench. This is what I used. it's an 18 millimeter bolt, but this is a 3/4 and it will get it off, and you can L shape it, which made it a little bit easier to get off. Then with these loose here, you can move this and pull this out here just enough to where you can pull this wide enough to fit the real upper part of the seat belt. Now that that's out, you can put the rest of these back in because you're done with that part of it. And then we move over here to this right here, which holds your front seat latches. That is a 13 millimeter on both sides. And what I did to get it undone was I just took out those two and those three. And I took that one out and really didn't need to. But now you got to get that bolt out. Okay, to get this bolt out, what I ended up doing, since I already had all of this loose, I just put this down and that'll pull straight out. Okay. Also, when you pull this cup holder out, let me see if I can shine a little light. Right down there, you see that little blue and black harness? That's going to be where your safety plug for your seat belts. Okay, I plugged in the little seat belt harness bypass. And just plug that in, super easy. Pull that up and toss that away. Okay, so hopefully I can help somebody save some time and cuss words on how to get their harnesses mounted. Well, I've been working at trying to figure out how to get this bolt out, because I thought that's where the new hardware has to mount, right? Well, I am wrong. Cut this bolt. Cut that bolt out. Pull it out. Get rid of all of this. And then mount it to that tab right there, which is where Polaris designed it to mount. Big shout out to Javier and several other guys in the Facebook group. Thank y'all very much. Once you get that bolt cut out, or if you want, you can leave it and then just tuck your old latches down. But you can cut that out. You can put your seatbelt back in, your new 4-point harnesses. Mount this side over here. And then mount that one back there. Same bolts as like what I bought for up here. Then you'll just run your uppers through this piece right here. And then adjust it however you need it. Then, time to do the driver's side, which is very similar. Again, on the driver's side, you've got a 16 millimeter, an 18 millimeter, a 16 millimeter. And then, since I want to remove this, several people just pull it out, cut it off, and leave it in there, which you can do. Not going to hurt anything. I remove this right here. Once I get these disconnected, you can pull that up enough that you can fit everything down in there. Also, remember to save this bolt and nut right there, because that's what you're going to use on your new hardware. Same thing right there. This one, you're going to get rid of it because the way that that nut is made, or that bolt is made, it's too large to fit through that hole right there. Once you get all of that loose and you are ready to do this, I took these 4 skid plate bolts out, which are located just right underneath One there, 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 and there. And that allows me to bring this down enough. If you take your whole skid plate down, if you want to do that, make it a whole lot easier. But this is the shortcut way. The bolt is right there. And it is a pain to get to. But it can be done. This is, I have a 3/4, but if you have an 18 millimeter shorty that angles like that, much easier, especially being a ratcheting. Get that out, and then there it is. Now, like I say, pull this up, and all of this will feed right through there. And I'm even doing this one-handed. If you're not doing it one-handed, it'll be a whole lot easier. Feed that through. There it is. Now, just put those 4 back up, and you can go on to installing your 4-point harness on the driver's side. Again, the way that I'm doing mine, since I cut that bolt out and didn't want to keep that in there, mounting this side here, there, and then just wrapping them through this bar right here. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I hope this video helps everybody out. If you have any questions, comments, better suggestions, something I did wrong or could do better, well, please let me know. Shoot me a message, post in the comments. We took the Rzr out this past weekend to test out the 4-point harnesses. They did amazing. I love these Pro Armor harnesses. These are the 2-inch. They come with this little light, good, tight, and secure. We didn't have any reason to need them this weekend, but they held us securely. As you can see, the girls loved it, and they worked perfect with their little booster seats. Again, if you have any questions or anything, shoot me a message or comment. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on more adventures. Stay safe, everyone.